Hello, this is Alan Joe. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create an impulse effect in Emitter. And as you can see, I've already written some code here. First, let's look at what it does. Okay, you can see the particles bounce back at the boundary of the stage. This is because I've already created 4 line deflectors over here and situate them at the borders, at the 4 borders, 4 sides of the stage. And I turn on this particle's oriented property, so the orientation of a particle reflects its direction of velocity. In other words, the direction of movement. So it gives you a clearer visual cue of where a particle is heading. Okay, now to use the impulse effect, we first have to use a field. So I'm going to import the field package. And I want a radial impulse, so I'm going to use a radial field. And I want this radial field to act as an impulse when I click the mouse and centered at where my cursor is. So I'm going to use the click event. Listen to the stages. Click event, mouse event, oops, click, impulse. And define the listener impulse. Oh, function impulse. And I'm going to move the radial field to the mouse cursor. And emitter.impulse f. And since the particles are all moving, I want them to stay still so we can see the effect of the impulse. And I'm going to also change this point source to a rectangular source covering the entire stage. Rect source, and give it left top corner 0, 0 coordinate and a width of 640 and a height of 400. Get rid of this here. Okay. And in order to make the particle stay still, I'm going to change its speed and speed variation back to 0. And I want it to stay on stage forever, so I'm going to give it a life of maximum number, which essentially means the particles won't die. And now I'm going to turn off the source, because if I keep generating particles which won't die, my stage would be crowded. So I'm going to turn the source off. Instead, I'm going to simply burst some particles onto the stage. And to control the number, I'm going to first give it a rate of 1. And I'm going to burst 200. So the product of 1 and 200 is exactly 200. So this burst function call would exactly create 200 particles on the stage. Okay, let's test the movie. Oops. Oh, typo here. It's active. Right, so here are these steel particles, and I'm going to click here. As you can see, there is a impulse applied at where I clicked. So if I click it here again and click 3 more times, you can see particles are blown away from my mouse. This is because of the impulse effect. And to create a fancier effect, I want these particles to be damped. So I'm going to give it a damping coefficient of 0.05. And I'm going to give it a more powerful blow. So I'll set the radial field strength to say 15. Okay. So when I click the stage, the particle is blown away, and because of the damping effect, they slow down. I click here, and here, and here. Alright, so this is how you use the field object to create an impulse effect.